Do you want to win more Driftball games and maybe even climb in the competitive ranks? Well, I don't really care. You're about to learn. Let's go.
We're diving straight into the most important concept in Orion Drift, and that is momentum. Momentum is everything. It's a resource you need to conserve, control, and redirect whenever possible. Managing it efficiently ensures that you're always at max speed and never out of boost when you need it the most. So, how do you do it? It all starts with knowing where you're going and finding the most efficient path to get there. For example, if you're on your left side of the court and you need to reach the opponent's right bridge, don't just mindlessly boost across. Instead, get as close as possible and just jump up. You don't need boost to reach bridge. The key is knowing when to jump. If you're carrying the ball or want to get there up a little faster, it's okay to use boost, but just know that you don't need to. Mastering these movement techniques keeps your boost reserves high, which makes you way more effective when it's time to receive a pass and take a shot. And it's not just about the bridge. You can reach just about everywhere in the arena without boost. If you plan your movement properly and you've got the time, you can climb to crown, or halo as some might call it, by running up the flats, scaling the wall with a couple well-timed jumps, and pushing off the wall or the ceiling to reach this highest point in the arena. From there, you can drop down to a platform or a bridge, or really wherever you need to be. Making sure that you conserve momentum and use it efficiently doesn't just make sure that you always have some boost, it also means that you're a much quicker player in the arena and are less predictable when you're carrying the ball. And that ties us into our next topic, ball control. All the speed in the world won't help you if you don't know how to handle the ball when you get to it. There are three main ways to carry the ball that we're going to talk about today, and that's the dribble,
which is where most beginners usually start,
the hold,
which is the default for players who have figured it out and can master the technique,
and the ball hug,
which is a bit more difficult but very, very aggressive and powerful if you can execute it right.
The dribble is a safe way to control the ball while conserving boost and staying low to the ground. When you speed up, the ball naturally falls back, and you keep control by gently pushing it forward and side to side as you move. Remember, the ball moves slower than you do, and has much more drag in the air and on the ground. So when you hit the ball ahead of you, it will fall back to you as long as you're not hitting it too far ahead. Now we'll move on to the hold. Simple but effective. Let the ball rest on one or both of your hands as you move. This keeps it secure and ready to pass or throw instantly. It's a much safer method as long as you're okay to do it. It's a little bit harder than the dribble, but it's much more efficient if you want to be able to be quick on your feet and pass the ball on a moment's notice. The hold is also much more possible when you're boosting through the air, as you don't rely on it slowing down for you to catch up to it. It just stays in your position. Now we will move on to the ball hug. Similar to the hold, but with a tighter grip. A proper ball hug makes it almost impossible for opponents to steal because any contact they make just pushes it back into your chest or hands. Even tackles won't force a drop for now. Now, I'll be honest, the developers are probably going to tweak this in the future because it's a little OP right now. But until they do, this is a pretty safe and solid method of moving the ball through the air, as it's almost impossible to take from you and lets you get closer to the goal very, very aggressively. The downside, you may lose maneuverability since both of your hands aren't free to paddle, so you're pretty much reliant on boost to change directions and move around, unless, of course, you go back to holding the ball regularly. Now we will move on to placement. One of the biggest mistakes that rookies make is being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Driftball is a team sport, and your teammates rely on you to be where they need you, whether it's a pass, covering goal, or pressuring the opponent. Knowing where to position yourself and when is key to winning more games in Driftball. On offense, you should always be ahead of your teammate with the ball, closer to the opponent's goal. This way, if they decide to pass, you're already closing in on the net. Instead of waiting too far back, this means that you're always covering ground and you're giving your teammate options to pass to. Next, it's very important that you and your other teammates, with the ball or not, don't bunch up. If you and a teammate are standing in the same spot, you're basically one target instead of two. That makes it easier for defenders to predict and shut down your plays, and it makes it harder for your teammate with the ball to pass to because they really only have one area to throw it to, which is easier for the other team to defend against. On defense, your goal is to pressure opponents while staying at a good distance in order to give yourself time to react to their moves. Give them too much space and they'll walk all over you. Play too close and you won't have time to react to any of their movements and you might get juked. Even at kickoff, placement matters. If you're too close to mound, you'll struggle to react in time and the ball might just go past you. But if you're too far away, then you won't have time to get to it. Finding the right balance is key, and making sure that you're in the right place at the right time with the right speed is very important.
Mastering these techniques and making sure that you're always learning is the key to making sure that you're always on top of the Driftball games and that you're winning as much as possible. If you want to learn more, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure that when you're playing Orion Drift, you're always teaching others because nobody got here alone. Peace out.